What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Banker Gerald here with another video update. It is January the 13th, 2022 at 10:24 a.m. We're going to start talking about that extremely risky hype that y'all love so daggone much. I swear y'all love a hype, man, because I can bring stable platforms. I can bring platforms that's been around for years. I could bring anything else in the space, and which we've done that. We've run a lot of mid-level. We've run a lot of slow grinders, slow churners. We've brought a lot of hypes like this. We've brought a lot of stable hedge funds in the crypto space. Just so much we've brought. But man, have I never seen massive action like I have seen in a freaking doubler. Golly, the riskiest of the risky, doubling your Bitcoin in 100 hours. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about where we stand here at BOJ. Y'all know I don't mind the risk of this. That's why I bring it to the space. I put my money where my mouth is, and I think some people are starting to get it. It takes massive action if you want to win in some of these platforms. You got to get in early, and you got to learn how to manage your risk, because pretty soon, if this platform continues to pay out, there's going to be people that start swarming in. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do whatever they want to do, because, BOJ don't tell nobody to do nothing. And in that same vein, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I am not your financial advisor. I'm just a dude that is cranking that crypto out of many different platforms. Nothing more, nothing less, all right? If you like this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to be notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well, all right? With that being said, let's get into it. Yeah, I got Cronerbit.com. That's right, Cronerbit.com. And here's my account balance. And as you can see, my total deposit has increased to $792. I put a little bit more skin in the game. Solely because I just wanted to see what happens. So I've gotten some referral commissions, and of course my Bitcoin that I put in initially has been cranking and cranking. And I decided, you know what? Some of these referral commissions, I'm just going to roll them back into new contracts. So let's go to my deposits just real quick so you can see what I've done. I have now 7 hourly plans. All right. This one I started first. Now, I did find out something in the Telegram group because they posted it. This platform started on the 10th of January. So getting in on the 12th is actually getting in on day, what would that be? Day 2. Or tail end of day 1. Because it goes day 0 first. So that was the first plan I put in. Then everybody went crazy. So I did a big withdrawal, right? Did that, tested that, got paid. Then I did little micro withdrawals, did all that, tested that, got paid. Some of you all have had the opportunity to withdraw. Did that, tested that, got paid, right? I just said, you know what? It's still early in the game. It's still the very next day. So why not? I got some balances. I'm going to go ahead and roll those in to new contracts. So, of course, it tells you when they expire. My first contract expires in 2 days and 14 hours, and my last plan expires in 4 days and 1 hour. So we're going to be taking account all of these different things we have. We got a Bitcoin. We got 2 Bitcoin plans, a Tron plan, Ethereum plan, BNB plan, Doge plan, and a Litecoin plan, just because. All right. Now, somebody wrote a note, and they said, hey, can you do a video on how to deposit? Now, it is very simple to deposit, and what I told them is what I suggest you do is make sure you go to the FAQ first, right? Read the FAQ first, okay? That's what you want to do. You want to read this first. You want to figure out what they accept, and if any of your questions are in here, you want to go here. The second thing that you want to do, and this is what I honestly said to them. I said, if you're not familiar with how to send crypto transactions or receive them, which means you have to understand how to use your wallet, copy, paste, all that great stuff that I'm sure most of you understand, but some of you may not. That is what you need to understand first. And until you understand that, You should not be in these platforms at all because you're going to have way too many questions that nobody's going to have time to answer for you. All right? There's a part of these platforms where you have to do your own learning. You have to equip yourself with the knowledge of using cryptocurrency. Being able to send and receive is very important. QR codes or those long multi-digit, 20-some digit codes, you have to know what you're looking at, all right? So I'll do this right quick. To make a deposit, what you want to do is you want to click on what coin you want to deposit. So let's just say I want to deposit Tether. Do I want to do a direct invest, which would be outside of the wallet, or do I want to do from the account balance, which is in the wallet? If you are new, what you'd be doing is direct invest. All right? You put in the number that you want to invest, which it says enter the amount of investment to calculate your product, your profit. Once you do that, say if you want to do $100, make investment now. You would come here. It will give you the wallet address to send the exact number of whatever cryptocurrency you're putting in, and it will wait for you. It even gives you the option to copy the address right then and there. So that's pretty much how you make a deposit in these platforms. It's not very hard, but if you don't know that basic information, then these platforms that we talk about here on this channel may not be for you, all right? Until you learn how to do at least that, all right? And in the meantime, learn how to manage risk because these platforms are all high-risk, risky platforms. Any of these people, any of these, let's see how many referrals we have now. Any of these 158 active people ought to know that this platform can go away on them at any time. Any of these 199 people in total ought to know that this platform is extremely risky, and whatever you put in here, you ought to be willing to lose completely, all right? We say that all the time. So that's not a huge surprise. People that jump in and say, hey, this is a scam, blah, 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 they're entitled to their own opinion, and they can either decide to join or not join. I mean, it's their choice. It's funny because some people think that they are like pros now in hypes. I've been doing this for a little while, but there's still people that have been doing this way longer than me. And one thing that I know about hypes is you decrease your chances at winning and making a profit if you sit on the bench and wait. If you're waiting, if you think it's going to last a month and you sit around and wait, blah, blah, you got to go in thinking, hey, if it's either now or never, and I got to be okay with never if I'm sitting back and watching this platform grow and kill it. I'm sure there's a lot of people that watch me make a ton of money in Girali, just sat there and watched me for 3 weeks, for almost a month. And then when a month comes around and you think a platform like this is going to last over a month and they pull the rug and you get all butthurt and sad, no. To the people that take massive action go the spoils. And I think you guys start to understand that now because we're in day 3 of this project and there's 150 plus active people under me, which is crazy. But they're all looking for that next doubler. I know my man MINTMONEY, he was looking, boy. It's like he had a new doubler up on his page every other day, maybe even 2. Every day. New doubler, new doubler, new doubler. I was not, and shout out to him. I got a lot of respect for MINTMONEY. But I was not just jumping in anything. It had to come from the right people. It had to look right. It had to have the right things. And if those first couple transactions weren't hitting batch ID and paying immediately, we was going to stop talking. We was going to say, hey, look, this ain't it. This ain't it. It's probably going away. But it hasn't done that. So here's what we want to do. I know I've ranted long enough. We've got some crypto that we can pull out. I want this $187 worth of Bitcoin. And after talking to some people, some of the smaller transactions seem like they give batch IDs immediately, like the first one we got. The first one that we actually received, we got a batch ID on the screen for. But it seemed like every other one after that we haven't. which I don't have a problem with per se, because one, it's actually still paying, so I'm not tripping. But two, it's only because a part of one of the red flags that I look for is if it's giving batch IDs in the front end and then it stops doing what it is shown it normally does, that's a red flag for me. However, red flags can be debunked if the payment comes through. So there's not much I can say about that other than the payment has been coming through. Let's get this Litecoin out. I think it's 2760. I love the 2FA. I don't get annoyed at putting it in because I know it's just that much more secure. Makes me feel better about my withdrawals, actually. Then we got some Tether. And I think that's it. I think that'll be it that we can take out. Like I said, I had some balances in here before, some referral commissions and some build up from my initial investment, my initial deposit. And I just rolled it back in. Because here's the beauty of this platform that's different than the other doubler that we were involved in. This doesn't wait until the end of the contract to pay you. It's going to pay you your percentage every hour. So, of course, if it's 200% in 100 hours, you're going to get 2% an hour. And some of y'all hear that ching ching going on. That's the money hidden from Cronerbit, by the way. But you're going to get 2% an hour. Okay, so the risk for me is minimized if I can withdraw every hour. Does that make sense? Girali.com was one of those platforms you had to wait and hope and pray, right? Some of you put tens of thousands of dollars in this platform. But you had to wait that 100 hours to see any of it. I'm sure a lot more of you would have been more pleased with the Girali experience at the end if you were able to make 2% of that 100, that 2% of that 200% in the long game. If you got that 2% every hour, and then 1 hour it just stopped, but you did get some of your money back. So that's the way I'm seeing Cronerbit. Like I've said millions of times, nobody knows when the plane is going away. I've heard people say, I'd love for it to last a month, blah, blah, blah. If it lasts a month, then great. But if it lasts another 4 days, some of you have doubled your Bitcoin. What more could you want? That's a win. You now have a decision at the end of that term whether you want to double down and go in again, and how many cycles you think it's going to run. Nobody knows the answer to that question. So you're taking a chance every time. The best thing you can do is get your profits and then start playing with house money. Start playing with money after you get your return back. If it lasts that long, you should be that lucky. If you're out here thinking it's going to last a month and you're sitting around waiting to do stuff, that's on you. But y'all see me check in every day. And I've already told y'all, I withdraw throughout the day. I'm not waiting for a YouTube video to withdraw, because by the time I do my next YouTube video, this thing could be gone. So I don't have enough Ethereum to take out. All this other stuff is kind of micro. I cannot take it out at this time. But we'll be back when we can. And when there's more things to talk about with Cronerbit. Y'all have blown this joint out the water. Y'all been looking for another 200%er. And this one may not be the same as Girali. It may not last as long as Girali. However, to have the opportunity to earn 2% every hour on the way to your doubling of the Bitcoin, I believe that's something that is different, and I believe that is something that is going to help those of you that aren't really good at managing your risk. But you got to stay in the back office and withdraw whenever you can, all right? Never, ever invest anything that you aren't willing to lose completely in these platforms. I cannot say that enough. If you've deposited anything in Cronerbit, I hope you are prepared to lose it, but I hope you have the mindset to win. With that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all your wallets, because crypto is the wild, wild west. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to be notified about everything going on here at BLJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. All right. I will see y'all in the next daily video. This is Cronerbit. It's still thriving. It ain't bull jiving. We just got paid while we were sitting here doing the video. And let's see how long this thing will go. Peace out.